Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Geek Chat. It's Thursday. We've got so much good stuff for you and a special announcement in the second half. So let's go to our great little intro and get this show started. Hey, everyone. I am Beardy Rich, and we are the Geek Chat. And you are...
I'm a little Black Beauty Des. Nice to see you all. Sorry, you're just kind of like, you're super excited for what we're going to tell everybody on the second half. So you have to stay tuned because Rich, I called him Richard. Rich is super excited for this. So.
Yeah. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Garth Wong. Hey, Phil.
Yes,
hey, Paul. Everybody. Hey, Steve. We got some people coming in. I love it.
Yes, we really appreciate all of you taking the time to join us on this little trip down Geeky Lane. Got a quick couple announcements before we get into the actual show. First announcement is, if you don't know, my background is different. I'm actually at a Red Roof Hotel, Red Roof Inn in Indianapolis because I am in Indiana for Gen Con. Yay! So the first time here, but I could not let you guys off without reviews of comic books. So I'm here. It's 3 hours ahead of Rich, so I'm officially, I guess, the Black Booster Gold. So it's amazing.
It's funny. He texts me. He's like, "I'm gonna be late. Our plane hasn't landed yet." And then I get a text like 10 minutes later. "Oh, we're 3 hours ahead of you. Never mind. I won't be late."
Yeah, I was like, damn it. I don't know. It was very strange because it seems like all the times that we have traveled so far, the last couple of times, we've either been delayed or had to sit in a plane for some time. And sure enough, our plane was delayed. So, but the pilot was actually, I don't know how he did it. He must have hit the thrusters or caught a Gulf wind. But we actually made up the time. But we still had to wait for about 30 minutes before we could get into a place to dock.
What is this?
A jetway.
Yes, thank you. A jetway. See, look at that. Bunchop Kyle always knows this stuff. Yes, Eddie Von B, we need to be aware of bed bugs. Yes, it's always kind of crazy. You never know what's going to happen. And so it's cool. I just fumigate Paul, and then he's okay. So, but yeah,
we got a giveaway.
Yes, we always have a giveaway until we don't. So our giveaway tonight.
Until we don't
is Amazing Spider-Man number 19.
No, Ultimate.
Sorry, Ultimate Spider-Man number 19, and it is by Rich knows
Benjamin Sue.
Yes. It's sad that this story is ending. I think it was one of the more fresher takes on Spider-Man, but all things must come.
The thing is, Hickman has shown that Peter can be A, married, and B, still be Spider-Man.
Yep.
Whereas Marvel is so against that.
Yep. They just, I don't know. It's like a status quo thing with him. So
put in hashtag Geek Chat like Phil did.
Yes,
so
not
you can
not hashtag fumigate Paul. That's something personal. So yes, hashtag Geek Chat. As you see the lights go off, I get their motion censored. Paul will get up and turn them off. Turn them on again. Oh my god.
We're gonna need your help. We are gonna need you when we are done with our Fantastic Four review to all of you, go ahead and you're going to have to let Kyle know that it's time to come back because he has not seen it yet and he doesn't want to be spoiled.
Yes. He,
hey, Zach. Hey, Canadian.
He has been boycotting the movie because he does not like kids, and because it's Franklin, he's like, I don't want to see this movie. I don't understand why Kyle is like that.
Listen, the trying not to die thing has been like a real problem for me.
Yeah,
this is true. So while I kid, we will be talking spoilers. So if you in the comments, like Rich was saying, can kind of in the comments say, it's okay, Kyle, come back. then we can kind of like go from there. But without any further ado, Kyle, if you could please put up Fantastic Four, and we'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, so Fantastic Four, we saw it last week. The Thursday it came out at 5 o'clock after work. General, what we do, like we'll meet. Paul and I usually have dinner. We'll meet the guys. They have their big, like giant man purses filled with goodies from Target that they sneak in. They're really horrible people for it, but I don't blame them. Which is weird though, because then they still go in and get popcorn and like stuff. So it's like they're really crazy. So I love going to the movies with them. It's silly. So we go in and we sit down, and of course it's like 30 minutes of trailers. There's always so many damn trailers, and I'm just like, ugh. Finally, Nicole Kidman comes in, and we're like, great, awesome. And then another trailer, and they're like, what the hell? And then it started. First impressions of First Steps is the scenery, the setting, the costumes, the actual 60s or futuristic retro 60s aesthetic they were going for. They nailed it. If you noticed, everything was a coax TV. There was no LCDs. Everything, looked like it was a retro futuristic setting. And I thought that looked beautiful. It was beautiful to look at. It had this sort of old world charm to it. With the costumings, it looked like it was the 50s, 60s sort of era. It just had that really nice, charming look to it, and everyone who performed in it really felt like that was like they bought into the setting. Nothing felt out of place in the acting, in how they were dealing with everything. I thought it was really, really well conceived. They must have spent a lot of time really conceiving the setting and that area to make the whole world look lived in. I felt it was really kind of cool to so I don't know about you, but when I go to a comic book movie, I'm always looking for Easter eggs. I'm always looking for things like buildings and people who have names on it. Like I think there was one that's like the King Laundry, and of course that's for and so I'm always looking for stuff like that, and it's really fun to do that. And so I felt the whole world looked great. I think it was Earth 852. I think it was what it was, and so it's not on the main timeline or the what does Loki call it, the prime timeline or something like that, or the sacred
from
timeline.
Loki. Yeah, I don't know. Sacred. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's not on the sacred timeline. It's on some offshoot, so it's probably gonna die. And then and I thought that aspect of it was great, fantastic. Rich, what did you think about the setting, the world building, how it all looked together in a nutshell, like and that Times Square area that they had? Like, what'd you think about that?
So first I want to say, Steve, all I thought about was, I think his name is Fat Bastard, and I'm like, Franklin, get in Kyle's belly. Isn't that the
Yeah, get in Kyle's belly.
Yeah. And Eddie, yeah, it was very Jetsonish by the way it was really futuristic.
Yep.
I love the melding of the future and the past.
Yeah.
Like, they really went for it in the fact that Reed has helped so much and they've done so much advancement, but yet their clothing and like some of the minor details was very old world. I loved it.
Yeah. I would agree with you 100%. I thought that aspect of it was fantastic.
So we were talking about it in the car on the way home, and I thought it was really interesting that the Fantastic Four Plaza, or the Future Foundation, which when they said Future Foundation, I was like, I was so excited. That is another little Easter egg that they had. That the Future Foundation is in the same place Tony Stark's Avengers building would be in the 616. Like, that was really cool. What were we watching where they had the same kind of tower? Is it The Boys? it was another show who had like that kind of
Teen Titans Go.
monolith. What?
Teen Titans Go.
Well, Teen Titans Go. No. Fantastic Four, for me, I am reading a lot of the hate online. Like, Rob Liefeld hated this movie.
I didn't read that. I mean, I don't really follow him that much, so I don't really.
But there's other people who say it was very formulaic, oh, look, the woman saves the day. And I was like, why are we mad? Like, why are we mad at this movie? And then you have other people that are comparing the two, Superman and Fantastic Four. And I'm like, can't you just enjoy both? Can't they both be fun? Like, I really enjoyed both movies. Fantastic Four, for me, was a very well done popcorn flick with superpowers.
Yeah. And I think people expect, I don't know what it is. I think people expect, and I think that a lot of people feel entitled that they should be given a specific product, and when it is not like that, it's worthless or it carries no merit. And I think that's one of the things that I don't really like, because I haven't compared them at all, because they're two separate movies. And in the sense that the Fantastic Four unfortunately needed to be formulaic. It needed to be a little bit safe, because Marvel is treading lightly in order to get it to correct their trajectory. And I'm not saying that gives them a pass. I'm not at all. They still made a really good movie, a solid A movie with this. Was it formulaic? Yes. Sue saved the day. Fine. Did she have like mother superpowers? Yes. It killed her. Franklin brought her back. What were you expecting?
Spoilers.
I mean, what were you expecting? That's right. Of course that's what's going to happen. The things that I did not expect were the Silver Surfer. I thought the Silver Surfer was great. I thought every time that she was on the screen and what she did was just very, very well actualized. I am sad that it was not Norrin Rad. I really wish that they had had him, because it just feels like that's what Norrin Rad would have done. And so for that, I'm a little sad. I really wish we would have gotten him.
But it makes sense why we didn't.
Yeah. I mean, they just basically swapped him out, which is fine. Yeah. So a couple of things.
Let's talk about Galactus.
Okay.
What was your impression of Galactus?
I thought it was great. I thought he was comic book accurate. He looked good. He was tall. I thought he was a little bit too what's the word? A little bit too gullible. Couldn't he like send the surfer to go get the kid and come back? But I know he did, and the surfer like freaked out and ran away, and so he had to go do it himself. It was very much, I felt like it was very much a Thanos moment where he reached into the glove and said, "I'll do it myself." I kind of felt like that. But
I loved when he reached up and smelled the earth.
Yeah.
Like that little character point was really, really well done. The little things.
Yeah. And
galactose intolerant. Oh my God, Steve.
Stop it.
Hey, Easy Reader. And hey, Leonard, thank you.
So to answer Steve's question, I always thought that they were going to CG in that damn baby in between them. I think that's why they had that little space, but they just ended up not doing it, because it's an awkward pose in that picture. But anyway, I digress. I think But I think Eddie's right, though. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was okay, and I had fun watching it. I was surprised that they didn't do more to tie it into the MCU, except for the end credits, of course. No, I think I think at this point, Marvel is scared to do anything super crazy to tie anything, because there's so many people got so used to having a post-credit scene or something to basically tide the fans over, that they just were like, you know what? We're just going to do something small, and then we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it pushing. And I think that's what Marvel is doing. I think Marvel is playing it safe. They're circling the circling the horses in order to make sure that everything is good before Spider-Man comes out. Then, which leads into the whole Avengers Doomsday stuff.
Doomsday, yeah.
I do think
So
that we will not be getting any more Avengers type stuff. I think that after the Avengers is over, they're gonna focus on the mutants, and that's gonna be the next big thing that they're gonna be pushing right now. I think Avengers is great. We've had Avengers memorabilia, movies, tie-ins, everything Avengers for the last 2 decades. I think it's time. I think Marvel actually sees that the writing is in the wall, and they're going to try something different. I think this is their last send-off before we finally get some like new blood into it with the mutants coming out.
Right.
What are some things that you did not like about the movie, Rich?
I felt it was a little too short. And you are talking to someone here, or listening to someone here, who I don't like long movies, but I feel like we need a little bit more time in this world. I want a little bit more time in this world. I feel like Ben, we didn't totally get enough story for Ben, especially he got the shaft. He got the Hawk Girl, basically, that Hawk Girl got.
Yeah.
Johnny got a great avenue for his storyline. We know
Which is
Sue,
great.
the mother.
Yeah, Johnny was great. Like he actually was smart, and he deciphered a language. I was like, "What the hell? Who are you?" It's like, this is not Johnny Storm.
Yes.
I did not like Natasha Lyonne's character. I was sad that she really didn't.
It's a waste.
Didn't really do anything, and I guess the Easter egg for that was her name and her character was based on Jack Kirby's wife. So that's something that that people were saying they were possibly doing as like an homage to him. And I think that's great, but we didn't really get to see anything about Ben. 100% correct in what you're saying about Ben. I thought Ben and Sue were competing for the heart of the team, and which was annoying because ultimately it came down to Sue to be the heart of everybody, and Ben was just like the lovable blue-eyed thing. And my hope, given the end credits and the end scene where we see Doom talking to Franklin and Doom's looking at his face, I think the first part of that Avengers movie is going to take place in that world, and that world is going to be the focal point. So it's almost going to be like a Fantastic Four 2 sort of thing, in which Doom is going to use his powers, destroy that world, and then create Battle World at the end. So I think he's going to win at the end. So
that was really Robert Downey Jr.
Sure.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, sure. I mean, give him some more money. I mean, they're seriously, like the man made like $500 million as Iron Man, and now they're going to give him like 50 million or some more to reprise his role for 2 movies. I mean, let the man cook. Go get your money, boo. Get your money. So
what did you think of? What did you think of Pedro Pascal as Reed? Because that was one going into this that I was a little iffy on, especially him coming off Mandalorian, and like he is the it actor right now. How do you think he did as Reed?
I thought it was fine. I thought he really captured Reed's singular focus to the point of sacrificing his family. And while they played a little bit with it, they did not tease it out enough. And I think they might be saving that for something else. I don't know, but I thought that he was fine. I know people are saying that he should have been able to stretch more when Galactus was playing with him, because and it depends on who you're writing, or who's writing him. He can stretch, as far as and act like Plastic Man. The other one, he just acts like Ralph Digny. So just, I mean,
this is the one we're going with.
Yeah, I always thought that Reed Richards' ability to stretch was not his superpower. It was just sort of something he had. He used it as a utility and not as a superpower. And I always thought that was when people understood that about Reed Richards and said that he just uses this as a tool in order to be a better scientist, that works better. Like whenever I see Reed Richards like doing kung fu or some shit like that. That's not him. You know, that's not him. Like he's not a combatant. He thinks with this he battles with his mind. So
Right.
I thought
I loved how they used the guilt, the guilty read we got.
yeah,
Was
exactly.
that a
You know,
70s or an 80s? The guilty
that's a
read.
late
That even
'70s.
60s.
No, that's like a '70s or '60s read. I've been watching this guy, and I've talked about him before, Strange Brain Parts, and he was talking about how in the '60s, I think it was more. Reed Richards was a complete a hole. Like he was just bad. He was not a nice guy, and
Yeah.
they wrote him as a tyrant, and it was actually John Byrne who softened him up a lot, you know, because he was just ugh, you know, he was like a Karen. It was crazy. All right, Eddie says, I get what you're
Uh,
saying about Marvel playing it safe, Des, but with end scenes of Thunderbolts showing the FF craft, I thought they were going to link the movie to a scene somehow. Actually,
Same.
a lot of people are saying it, but that's not the craft. That's not the Fantastic Four's craft from this movie. It's a different one. Ooh, I think it's the same one too. No, they're gonna save that for Spider-Man.
You
I
think?
think I think they're going to save that for Spider-Man, and I think something's going to happen with Doctor Strange. I think Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man, and I do not think Mephisto is going to be in Spider-Man at all. I think Mephisto is going to be dealing with the street level characters, and that's the realm. He's going to be the big bad for the street level characters for a while, and they're not going to
Well,
like interplay them with
but
the movie.
they're saying the next Spider-Man movie is street level.
So okay, I I really see that's the crazy thing about that is I've heard that as well, but it doesn't seem like it would fit in the trajectory that Marvel is going right now. You know, unless we're going to see a really cool um interaction or confrontation between Mephisto and God Emperor Doom. I, he doesn't like there's no space in the movies for Mephisto right now. That's why, and then if they choose to go with the street level, it makes it that much harder for them to attach Spider-Man to the stuff that's going on in Marvel now. And you know what? I love you. I love that idea. I think it's great if they were honestly to bring Spider-Man down to a much more street level. I think that would be really great for the character and have him with Mephisto and give that a little bit more shine. But I don't know. Like I don't know.
So hey, Jabroni Chief, hello Kenneth and Eddie. Yeah, they are going to be ending the multiverse
Yes.
stuff. I'm very happy because they
Yep.
tried. They
Yep.
tried. I don't think it worked as much as they think they
Plus,
wanted it to work.
plus and if you noticed, uh, James Gunn is going for the multiverse now. If you saw if you, I sent that message to you, Rich, in the picture of the video of James
Hmm.
Gunn talking about what is canon and what is not canon.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you saw the trailer for Peacemaker, you see that Peacemaker goes to an alt reality. So I think the whole buzz, much like zombies and vampires, I think the buzz of multiversal stories is kind of fading and it's fading out. And that's why I think once Marvel finishes what they're doing and shrinks everything back down to one singular timeline, it's all going to be about mutants, baby, all day, all night, mutants, 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 and I cannot wait. Hello, Kenneth.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. I think the Marvel multiverse needs to just chill a little bit and only use it sparingly, especially with what DC and James Gunn is trying to do over there on DC. I did like that James Gunn. We're going to switch gears a little bit. I did like how James Gunn basically said what every writer says. What's in canon in DC now is Creature Commandos, and then Superman, and then Peacemaker 2. That are the three projects that comprise of the new DC universe continuity going forward. But then the backdoor caveat, if you were listening or if you watched him, he says if anyone says anything in a new a production that refers to something in the past, it then retroactively becomes canon. And I'm like, what kind of bullshit is that? I was like, what kind of bullshit is that? Because he says Rick Flagg's dad says that he died, which was in Suicide Squad. So that's canon.
Right.
So again, I think it's just him trying to appease the folks' minds and everything. But speaking of canon and all this other stuff, I cannot wait for the Fantastic Four to be introduced into whatever the new Sacred Timeline is going to be. I think it's necessary, and I cannot wait.
Yes, so we need you in the comments.
No, not yet. What? I had one more question for you. In Fantastic Four, who was your favorite character to watch?
To watch?
Yeah, who was during that movie? Who was the character out of everyone in that movie who we got to see? Who was your favorite character?
I would have to say probably Johnny.
Johnny?
With Reed next and then Sue. And like the thing was the thing. I mean, he lifted a car and he was thrown into space. Like he didn't do much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Eddie, I did notice that. I noticed that Reed decided to leave the lights on in the Baxter building and say, screw the rest. Y'all got to turn your lights off.
Johnny was using his flame hands. I love that Johnny can control the temperature, the temperature of his clothes. Like, are all his clothes flame retardant?
Yes.
Like,
an easy reader loved Herbie. I loved that Herbie's face was the videotape thing. I thought that was really cool.
I was sad though when Galactus attacked the Baxter building, Herbie just shut it down. I was expecting Herbie to like bring out like cannons and start like blasting things, but he didn't, and I was sad. I want to say the person who saved the day was Mole Man. I thought he was adorable. I thought that actor was great, and I forever love the Mole Man. The only problem though is he should have been older, and there were no moloids. So just yeah. But anyway, all right, everyone in the chat, if you could say "come back, Kyle," or "come back, Kyle," because he's watching the chat, but he doesn't know what's going on. So if people can yell at him, say like, "come back." Yes, hands Mole Man. That should have been him.
Yes, I know they did have candles lit, but sometimes they had a couple lights on. I thought that was kind of weird.
You know what? People got to go to the bathroom, Rich.
Yeah. So again, if candles.
If you're listening, please tell Kyle in the chat to come back so he can continue. We can continue on because we have to go to break before we give our announcement. So, Kyle, come on back, Kyle. Come on back, Kyle.
Thank you, Easy Reader.
Thank you, Easy Reader. Come on in, Kyle. Come on back, Kyle.
Did you guys talk about the part where Superman shows up in Fantastic Four?
I did. He punches Galactus, and it's just teeth go flying everywhere. It's terrible. But yeah, now that Munchop Kyle is back, we're going to take our break. And remember, when we come back, we have a fantastic, sensational, amazing, an uncanny announcement. So please stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience. Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night?
We know you probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Black Beardy Des. And above us, the voice in the clouds is Mudchop Kyle.
Yeah.
So our giveaway today is this 1 in 25 Ultimate Spider-Man number 19 by Benjamin Sue. And to get that, just put in hashtag Geek Chat in the comments, and we will be drawing one. Random person will win.
Phil, you should have gotten your comic. Please let us know if you have not. We sent that out before we left. so let me know if you got it and if you have not yet. But everything should be up to date, and everyone should have gotten their stuff. So just making sure that we are keeping our word.
Yes.
So, all righty, Rich. Since you were the one who did all of the legwork to get this taken care of, I want you, my friend, to give this announcement.
Well, first, let's put what we're reviewing.
No. Give the announcement.
Yes. I want to do it my way.
Okay, fine.
Kyle, will you please put up the first book we are going to be reviewing?
I'm so confused.
All right, everyone. We are going to start with the Titans Annual number 1. So I got this book last week, and I read it, and I absolutely loved it. So I messaged Bill Jimenez, who I have met many times before, and today I asked him if he would like to come on the show and be interviewed, and he said yes. So
Yay.
we have Bill Jimenez on the Geek Chat. I will get all the information as soon as we know to you. So stay tuned to the Experience for that announcement, basically. But I'm very excited. I love talking to Phil, especially about comic books. So I can't wait to have him on and just we can ask him all the questions. So.
Yeah, he was very giddy when he told me. He was like, he texted me and he's like, I want to get Phil Jimenez on the show. And I'm like, he's like, but I'm nervous to ask him. And I'm like, just ask him. All I can say is no. He's like, okay. And then he said yes. Like, oh my God, he said yes. Hey! My phone sort of exploded with glitter. It was crazy. I was like, okay. I was like,
me and glitter, come on now.
I was like, you're burning my minutes, sir. Yeah, it was glitter. Like that's why I was so out of character. I was just like, what the hell? So yeah, Phil Jimenez, he will be on the show. We're talking about all of his projects, probably a little bit of his history. Also, if you have any questions that you would like us to ask, please put them in the comments, and we'll do our best to ask him those questions. But Titans Annual number 1. Rich, you were the one who wanted to read this, so why don't you start it?
Sure. So the writer and artist was Phil Jimenez. Arif Prianto was the colorist, and Wes Abbott did the lettering. And then that cover is, of course, done by Phil Jimenez and Arif Prianto. And then there were a bunch of variant covers, but you know what? I needed to get this one because it's Phil. This issue is all about Donna Troy. And I remember reading Who is Donna Troy? And it was her first major origin in the Titans book, the new Teen Titans book. And it was Robin was helping her. It was I just remember the burning building that Wonder Woman rescued her from. And Dick went to piece together what had happened. This issue is a complete love letter to not only Donna, but to fans, to the Teen Titans themselves, to Marv and George. Like this issue, and what really got me was the last page. Like Last page, I had to grab tissues. I'm not lying. This book meant so much to me as a Titans fan, as a Donna fan, and as a Wonder Woman fan, because honestly, Donna has always gotten the short stick when it comes to fill in the blank. Like she always has. And it was nice that this issue was just all about her. Basically, her birth father reaches out to her and she goes to meet her birth father. And there are so many, Des talked about Easter eggs when you go to a movie. There were so many Easter eggs in this book, in the background photos that she had. The history they do kind of also out was the DC The Next Real History, what it's called. And they've already made it so the origin of Cyborg does not happen in Teen Titans anymore. The origin of Cyborg happens in Justice League to defeat Darkseid, and then he goes into this weird robot status until he's rebooted for the Titans book. That's the new canon in DC history. And in this, it's really funny because she's going on the train, and on the train are these two guys talking about the Titans Tower and how much like our own reality, how certain facts are kind of twisted depending on who you talk to. In this, there were also some weird facts, and she kind of has to set them straight, and they're like, yeah, whatever, you don't know. And the one guy's like, dude, that was Donna Troy. It's kind of like a little fangirling, recognizing who that is. Like, you're on a train, and it's kind of how I feel the first time Phil Jimenez came into our store. And I have met a lot of like famous drag queens because we live in the Castro, and a lot of events happen here. So when when a drag queen comes in, you're like, oh my God, I know who that is. Do you want to say hi? That's how I was with Phil. I was like, do I want to say hi? So she got that treatment on the train. I'm sorry. I loved this issue. I don't want to tell you a play-by-play, but it goes through all the different versions of the Titans and how Donna fit in. And they did a little bit of rough history as well with Omen and Bumblebee. But if you are a Teen Titans fan, you need to read this book. I cannot say enough good things about it. The art is pure Phil. It's spectacular. It's got a little bit of his old school and his new style, and the colorist all of it's just comic book goodness. So Kelly has been around me when I fangirl out. So, or fanboy out, whatever, it's fangirl. But anyhow, what did you think of it now that I've rambled for 9 minutes?
No, I wanted less than 9 minutes, but I wanted you to talk about this. Again, I knew this was something special for you. It's always fun to see you, like Kelly was saying, fan person out. Because for me, I did not grow up with the Titans. I grew up with the X-Men, and I grew up reading a lot of Marvel stuff. And I didn't move into DC until much later. And I've told you the story before. So a lot of the stuff, unfortunately, was lost on me. And that's not for, that's not a good or a bad thing. It's just because I don't have that history like you have with the character. And reading it felt more like a retelling and or / reimagining of this character to kind of set the record straight about what's going on with her. And it seems like every, decade or so, maybe a little shorter, we get a little bit of what's going on with Donna Troy, and that seems to just be what people expect now from the character, given her convoluted background. That's fine. And I'm just happy that it's being done by a creator that has so much love for the character and so much love for the characters that surround her, and not so much. And it's funny because not so much as her, but for Wonder Woman, like you said, I really thought that the moments between her and Wonder Woman were just fantastic. I thought Phil has a way of talking through Wonder Woman and through Donna that makes it feel like really expressing the emotions between them. And I just think that he is a creator that understands the assignment. Like he understands the Titan. And I think that's just because, like you, he grew up with them and he grew up reading their stories. And I believe that when you have that much rich history to pull from, it becomes easier to speak through that character's voices
Yeah.
or speak to these characters' voices. And I think that's what Phil does so perfectly in this issue. So while some of the Easter eggs were missed on me just because I don't have that breadth of knowledge, it did not take away from the story that I was reading about this woman coming to grips with her past, coming to grips with her future and her social circle of people around her. And I thought that's really why this felt. I know you're right. It did feel like a love letter, and it's a perfect way to kind of give Donna her flowers, so to speak, of the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I still don't know how I feel about Cyborg's retconning of his history. I'm still like, I don't know why they felt they needed to tie him so closely to the Justice League now. But that seems to be what the status quo is, and so like that's fine, I guess. Um, but yeah, Don, this episode, this issue is really good. If you have any extra money and you're able to kind of like just read a really nice story from beginning, middle, and end, this is definitely one you should pick up. It's 44 pages. It's like a two issue collection. Don't see annuals too much anymore, and this one was really good. Like and again, it leaves it open. It leaves it very like what's the word? It leaves it open. It leaves it very like hopeful, and it was nice. It was nice. It's a good story.
That last page punches you in the heart.
I'm glad you told me to read this because again, like I said, um, um, this helped solidified why I like the Titans. Granted, I do like Mark Waid's run, the World's Finest Titans. I do like them a little bit better than the Grown Up Titans, only because they're younger, and I really like how they all work together. But that's a separate thing. So
yeah.
All righty, what's up next?
Next up is Superman number 28.
Ooh.
Yes. So again, I read this and I was like, oh my God.
Sorry, Kelly. This. Hold on, Kelly. What were you're asking about the Wonder Woman? Sorry, I'm assuming you're asking about the Donna Troy. And yes, it is all Phil Jimenez doing his A game. Everything in there is fantastic.
But if Kelly's asking about Superman,
it's just,
yes, Dan Mora, the artist of that cover, is the same.
It's just as good. Like I love the Legion, and I love this version of the Legion.
Hold on. So, Legion of Darkseid Part 1, writer Joshua Williamson, artist and cover artist Dan Mora. The man draws so many books. The colorist is Alejandro Sanchez, and the letterer is Ariana Maher. And there was a bunch of variants, including the one I got by... Yeah,
Someone.
I don't know. But yeah, I got... It's basically Saturn Girl ripping apart the cape.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
I love it.
So I read this. I really wanted to tell Des the last page, but I didn't want to spoil it for him. I just told him, you have to read this and we have to review it because I know Des loves the Legion and this is about the Legion of Darkseid this time. What did you think?
Omega Legion.
Omega Legion.
They should have been called Omega Legion. I'm sorry. But anyway, Legion of Darkseid, fantastic. They come from the Absolute universe or whatever that area is. And they are basically Darkseid's army from the future, and they are evil versions of everyone that you would think in the League. I love seeing evil versions of characters. I love seeing different versions of characters. That's why I loved Exiles, and to see evil versions of these characters. I cannot wait to see evil versions of like Bouncing Boy and Invisible, Invisible Girl, and all of the other folks. We got to see
Invisible was a boy.
uh,
Invisible Kid.
Invisible Kid. No, that there was one that was a girl too later on.
Well,
No. Sorry, that was Omega. That was or Quantum Kid. Sorry, my bad. Um, I loved this. I thought it was great. I love that this was tied into JSA Dark Tomorrow. I loved that this really feels like DC is firing on all cylinders and all of this stuff. Phantom Girl, thank you. It feels like DC is really firing on all cylinders and everything is working together. And I think and I just love it. I just love that the Summer of Superman is so concise and it is so like mixed together that it just feels like it's working together. It seems like everything since um not the where Amanda Waller went crazy and took all their powers.
oh yeah, absolute
Yes, it seems like
power.
yeah, from absolute power, it seems like everything has been so calculated and the continuity has been so tight and everything that's happening has been so good. I'm just loving it. And so for right now, we're finally seeing what's happening with the Legion of Darkseid, and we're seeing what's happening with Booster Gold. It's probably going to happen because Booster Gold was trapped on that trapped in that universe. We haven't seen him in this issue yet, but this whole issue is basically building up the first salvo, where Saturn Girl goes to view Superman, but she plays her hand a little bit too much, and the Time Trapper comes and not saves him, but takes him away because he's needed elsewhere. And so, and then the last page that Rich was talking about is Superboy Prime is back. So, and it's a version of, I don't know which version of Superboy Prime this is, because as Time Trapper explained it, this version of Superboy Prime has been kept in a pocket universe that the Time Trapper kind of has in a loop, I'm assuming, from the main timeline. So nothing ever changes. And so that's where he's been. And so now going forward with this, Legion of Darkseid, it's going to be Superman and Superboy Prime fighting the Legion of Darkseid. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to get corrupted. By that I mean Superboy Prime. I don't know. And it's that, like, I don't know, that just makes me feel really, 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 really cool about Superman. I think this is the freshest Superman has been in a very long time, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Kelly says, I'm loving this newer version of Superman. I was never a huge fan of the big caped Boy Scout, but this is much more complex and interesting character. Agreed. 100%
So
agreed.
no, Kelly's talking about Absolute.
Absolute? No.
Yeah,
No.
he's talking about Absolute.
Oh. Well, I have to agree with you because I like the Superman better. I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
No, he's talking about Absolute.
Unless he's not, you don't know. Kelly can think about
know.
Whatever. So, what was your thoughts? What do you think about it?
I have to agree with you. I love DC right now because I feel like you said they are firing on making good books again, and not the crap that they've thrown against the wall for the last couple of decades. And I feel like we're going to be reviewing another Justice League book later in the third segment. And I love it because they're embracing their past. I'm sorry, you can't just try to erase because you don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is what their New 52 was. And I didn't call it what I normally call it, even though you did drop the S-bomb a couple times. They really tried to erase the past, and it comes back to haunt them because then they try to create new versions of the heroes, and they're not good versions. Whereas they are embracing their history, and I love it. They're embracing their history, and we haven't had the Legion in a while. We've had them come up in different books. And the fact that now, like you said, we're getting evil versions of them, I was a little iffy on their costume design. I'll be honest.
I'll agree with you. Okay,
The costume designs with the weird Omega is really cool.
it's
Having
that
the
stuff
boobs,
on the sides.
yeah, it's just it did not work.
Yeah.
And even Dan Mora couldn't make it look amazing.
Yeah.
That's my only real complaint was their redesigned costumes. I don't like them. I get it, they're trying to go for the rockiness of Darkseid's face. Like that's my idea.
I thought it
don't
was
do
more,
it on.
I honestly thought it was more so about uniformity, because they're no longer individuals. I just thought the way they could have parlayed that would have
Design.
been a lot
I did not.
yeah, it could have been a lot better. I thought it was just because it's like an army now, regimented army. So they all have various things that kind of make them stand out, but overall the look is still the same, like a military.
Yes.
So that's how I
Easy
was
reader,
understanding.
yes. Easy reader. DC is bringing continuity back. You know what? I love it because Marvel has none anymore.
No, they don't.
Marvel
they
is
do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they're doing the new DC history so that everything is laid out. So if you're a writer coming in, you can be like, oh, this goes here. Okay, I'll work with it.
Mhm.
I cannot wait. Like you, no clue what is going to happen in this story, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, and I really like the fact that it just there seems like a lot more heroics going on too. You notice that? It's not a lot of brooding. Like it's a lot more
Right.
heroics. You know, and I
I'll be
really
honest.
like that.
When Cosmic Boy smushed all the heroes, I was like, like it
Yeah.
wasn't real, but still, oh my god, that's how much power and corrupted he is. He would just murder.
I honestly before I realized, okay, this is Saturn Girl, for a moment I actually thought that, oh my god, are they really trying to do this now? Like, are they really trying to open up with this kind of salvo? Like, well, because I'm always thinking when they do something like that, I honestly think, okay, there's obviously gonna be some kind of like time travel or something, because that's what they are. And I thought, okay, they're gonna kill everyone, isolate Superman. What are we doing? And even though they didn't do that, it still feels like they're going to by bringing him to, like the Time Trapper, bringing him to Superboy Prime. Quick question before we move on to our last book in this segment: why does the Time Trapper look like Doomsday? I don't understand.
It is Doomsday.
So Time Trapper is. I missed that part then. So because I was like, oh, Time Trapper is Doomsday now. Okay, so all right, I'll accept it. Maybe I'll go back and read what that happened.
I will see if I can find. I know it's somewhere around here. I'll let you know when.
Okay. So on to our last book for this segment, which is Bring on the Bad Guys, Loki #1.
Ugh.
You got to read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was bored. The King in Yellow. The writer is Anthony Oliveira. The artist is Jethro Morales. The color artist is Yen Nitro. And the letter is VC's Travis Lanham. There was a whole bunch of other variants that I just did not care about. That cover, though, is done by Lee Bermeo. I think I said that right.
He's the one that's been doing covers, the main covers for this event.
So here's what I'm doing. I'm putting it over here, and I'm going to be like, I cannot wait until these Bring on the Bad Guys are done. Can't wait.
Not a fan.
Not a fan. You yourself a couple weeks ago asked, how would Mephisto get Loki to do something, and why would Loki do it? And you got your answer. Were you happy with your answer?
No. I thought it was silly.
What's funny is you spoke and your mouth didn't move.
Oh, sorry.
Because it froze.
I thought it was silly. I don't get it. Like, what is this leading to? Like, is this? I mean, you have the previews. You get these books beforehand. What is this leading to? Like, are we getting Mephisto as a masterstroke or doing? Is an event coming after Emperor Doom? Like, what is going on?
So they just wanted to bring back that old Bring on the Bad Guys from whatever year it was. And Marvel, A, loves its one shots. They can slap a number one on that, and it's going to get eyes on it because they have trained people to read a number one. That is their big idea. They don't do this. Could have been Bring on the Bad Guys 1 of 9. They don't want to do that. They love the number one. Why is Thor's arm on this at all? He doesn't even appear in.
He wasn't in it at all.
At all. I don't know how I feel about the ending of this.
What is Loki doing in that picture? I don't know. Just shaking, vibrating.
I don't know. This was a headache of a book because the art was okay, the story was okay.
It's boring. I fell asleep during it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I loved a lot of the books we read, but we picked this because we've been reading the Bring on the Bad Guys, and I read this, and I was like, and the Red Skull is next. Why?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna read any more of these. So I'm sorry, folks.
We still have Red Skull, Doom, Green Goblin. No, we already read that.
Yeah, we already read
Mephisto, Dormammu.
No, I don't want to read any more of these. It's sort of like
Red Skull.
It's sort of like when we did the whole Kamala Khan and the giant size stories.
I gave up on that too.
I don't know why they needed to show aggressive. Yeah.
Hey, Jay.
I really believe that if this had just been an anthology series that just gave us a story about Loki, like a story about him, and then maybe tie in the what's the female's name? The villainous mother or sister or something.
Sister Sorrow.
Yeah, and if they just and they just had her like telling the story, sort of like a Crypt Keeper type of quest. I just making it a story that is tied to an overarching arc. I get it, and I get why they're doing that, in order to try to like have people continue to read it. But I think it would have been better served if they were just contained stories about these people doing bad shit. Or doing bad stuff, like because they are bad people. Bring on the bad guys, Loki.
That's 3 S's for you, by the way.
Oh, hush. Bunchop hasn't said anything. I'm probably going to get a stern talking to at the end of the show. So
yeah, Sister Sorrow. I mean, I had to go through the book just to find out her name because that's how much of a boring character she is. And then they tried to bring in at the end in her story the Loki again.
Yeah,
mess.
And then like
mess.
How they anyway. No more beating a dead Loki. It's just
no. Hey, Space Case.
I really wish you. Hi, Space Case. And Hydro Silent Comics. I just wish that it was. I just wish it was different. Like to bring on the bad guys should have just been like Godzilla almost. Just small little stories about these characters doing some bad stuff. And I think that would have been perfect. And then people could have like bought in and out, but the thin narrative that they have going with Mephisto just does not work for this. And I don't know why. It's there.
I would love to chat and get everyone in here's opinions on the way Marvel and DC are both running their businesses. I mean, that is a whole show.
It is a huge show.
Because I really I went through the new previews and I find myself being pulled towards more DC stuff, but a lot of the stuff Dynamite has coming out, I'm really excited to read. And a book that I'm hoping we can review, I wanted to talk about it tonight, but we had so much to talk about, is, believe it or not, the Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls crossover. It was so much fun. And we have a new Dynamite book coming. Like, there's so much good stuff coming that we're going to review one of the books later, and I will tell you my opinions on why Marvel is dropping off with me. But we have to go to commercial right now.
Okay. And all right, Munchop Kyle, you're up, my friend. We'll see you all in a few minutes. Bye.
Bye.
Symphonic Verses, Nocturne's Romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below. Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Little Blackbeardy Des, and the voice above is Bunchop Kyle. Yeah, I have a couple of things in the chat. Hi, Kyle. And that is Hydra Asylum Comics says, "Hey, folks, I love when you love things, and I also love when you don't. You can't like everything, right?" Also, they write, "I've read Absolute Green Arrow is coming. Are there any characters that the two of you would like to see get that treatment, or anyone in the chat?" Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I want to see an absolute version of Black Canary, which we'll probably get in that book. And I would love to see it, an actual, like, weird, crazy love triangle between him, Black Canary, and Cheshire. Although I know Cheshire is generally Roy's kind of baby mama, but I think that'd be really kind of cool to have the three of them. Or some, I really like the Assassin, the Assassin League that was done a while ago in the mid 20,000s. Where he was on there was like the other clans, and he was part of like the Arrow clan and all that stuff. I really liked that version of him. So something like that would be kind of cool. Easy Reader says Absolute Aquaman or a Black Canary. I do believe, again, Black Canary is probably gonna be in Absolute Green Arrow. Eddie says, "I want Absolute Zatanna." I think it'd be really cool. We don't have any absolute magic users save Wonder Woman, and I think having another absolute type character who uses magic would be really kind of cool. And Absolute Dr. Fate. I honestly, I hate to say it, but I think I have to agree with Canadian Survivalists a little bit more. I am a huge Dr. Fate fan, and I believe I would love to see Dr. Fate and Zatanna be in a book together, kind of like sort of a Shadow Pact / Dark Avengers kind of book would be great. But who knows what we're going to get. DC's firing out there, so you never know. Absolute Wonder Twins. Okay, moving right along.
Kyle, throw up our giveaway, Ultimate Spider-Man number 19. This is a 1 in 25 by Benjamin Sue. Could be yours. Enter hashtag Geek Chat into the comments.
Yes. And again, remember, if you do not get this and we don't give it away, Rich gets it. And we can't let Rich have anything nice. So just...
Can I tell you how much I love that book? I am really going to miss. I gave up on Amazing Spider-Man after issue 1. So I have been reading these, and I absolutely love the world. The only book I don't read out of the Ultimates is Black Panther. It got too much for me. And Ultimate X-Men. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. They're finally getting to the story after 19 or 20 issues. But I really love Ultimate Spider-Man. It's one of the things I pulled. Like, it came in this week, and I read it first, and then I read the Ultimate second. And the Ultimates just debuted Ultimate Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah, I saw that. I
So
was like, ooh. Also, want to say that due to Rich's, fantastic, getting out there and legwork, we're going to have the awesome Phil Jimenez on a upcoming show. We're trying to work on when that's going to be. So please stay tuned to the experience, as we do know that Mr. Munchop Kyle is going to be placing that front and center on everything when we get him. So please let your friends know that we're going to be having this fantastic creator on our show soon, and we'd love to have so many people in the chat to give him as much love as possible. So please do that.
Is that happening next week?
We're trying for next
let me
week.
know. Okay.
But we're trying for next week. But we will definitely let you know sooner than later. We're not gonna give you 24-hour notice. It'll be a lot more than that. We promise.
I want to agree with Mr. Paul. Thank you for joining our chat. I think I would love Absolute Hawks. Like, I want the man and the girl, or the woman, however. But I think Absolute Hawks would be a great place where they don't have all the convoluted. That would be a lot of fun.
Or if they did have the convolutedness, they could streamline it. I was always fine with them being Egyptian lovers that are bound for reincarnation.
Same.
But just not have that be crazy. And when they tied it to Vandal Savage, I was like, I don't know. But I always thought that if you're going to tie all the Egyptian folks together, you never know. You could get Black Adam as well. Absolute Black Adam. So, but
Wingman would be Mr. Thor.
You're killing me.
It is a Def Leppard mashup with Thor.
You're silly me. Okay, now on to another book that Rich told me he wanted to talk about, and I was very surprised by it. And that is a Speed Racer #1.
All right, everyone.
Racer, go! Real quick before we start.
Did the writing.
Real quick before we start. I found out who owns the rights to Bionic 6.
Who?
NBC Universal.
There's no way NBC Universal is going to let two schlubs write their book. I mean, we would write the hell out of it, let me tell you. I have been writing Bionic 6 stories in my head since the cartoon.
Same.
And they were woke before woke was a word. So
yeah. And then with all these new comics coming out about old cartoon franchises, let us know your thoughts. But yes, you were saying, Rich.
Okay. Writer was David Pepose. The artist is David Tinto. The colorist is Rex Locus. And Buddy Bowdoin, I believe is how you say his name, did the lettering. And that cover A, was by Alessio Zano.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get the Sean Galloway because I absolutely love Sean Galloway's art. He is the one that I've had you pick up the variants when you go. He's an amazing artist. I freaking love him. So I had to get his. And there was a whole bunch of... But I'll tell you, this is by Mad Cave Studios. We don't do much Mad Cave. And I saw this was coming in. And I'm going to admit something. And please do not shame me in the comments. Remember, we don't shame people anymore. I've never watched a Speed Racer cartoon. So when I was like, okay, let's give this a read.
Go Speed Go.
Go Speed Go.
Trixie and all them. It's a nope. Okay. First issues are inherently just okay. So first issues are always inherently a sort of info dump of what's going on. And that's pretty much what happens in this issue, but they also start adding in actual things that are happening that are going to be driving the story forward. Of course,
driving. But
Racer X is introduced. Speed's brother goes missing. They add Pops has a heart attack. Speed Racer is a street racer. Ooh. And he's trying to become the best racer like his brother, who is missing. I'm not going to spoil anything else about it. But if you don't know, who all these people are, then I'm not going to spoil it. It's been around for over like 30 years, 30, 40 years. Even longer than that. But it was good. I thought it was a modern interpretation of a classic that really worked. I thought the artwork was fun. And yeah, I have been a Speed Racer fan. Yes, I did see the movie. It is a kaleidoscope. It is a kaleidoscope of psychedelic sweetness that will make your teeth rot. That is what I imagined. That is what I thought of the movie.
Kyle, there is our next clip. Just have him saying that.
But yes, the Speed Racer movie was great. I enjoyed it. The Wachowskis did really fantastic. They hated it because it was all whitewashed before whitewashing was a thing. But I really enjoyed the visuals of that movie. I have no idea about the story or anything after that, but I love the visuals and I thought the racing was great and it looked fantastic. I can't tell you anything else about that movie, but I did see it. And
I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, I used to watch Speed Racer all the time too, and I was a huge fan of Speed Racer. So when he said, "Hey, we should read this," I was like, "Let's go," and I enjoyed it.
So I have a question, not knowing anything about it. Does this basically follow the story?
Pretty much. I mean, he didn't have a heart attack or anything like that, but it pretty much follows the story. And you can guess who. I mean, you can guess who Racer X is. I mean, it's not hard.
He's going to have his own special in September. So we'll be reviewing. Ooh, damn! We'll be reviewing that next too in September.
What did you think about it? What did you think about it?
I really liked it. I am all in. I will be getting the number 2 of this. I thought it was like not knowing anything. I thought, hey, this is pretty good.
Hi, Wonkington number 1. Glad you're here, fellow nerd. XP or Munchop Kyle? No, this does not feature any John Goodman, nor.
So John Goodman could play the dad.
No, John, he was the dad in the movie. No, that's where that reference comes from. There was no Christina Ricci as Trixie either. Sorry.
No.
Yes, Paul.
I enjoyed the art a lot too.
It was great.
I have a statement to make on the lack of John Goodman and Christina Ricci.
Boo this man!
Wow.
You should go check it out. Another book that you should check out definitely is Justice League Dark Tomorrow. It is the
wait, I want to say go get this book.
It was fun. It was fun. I want to say a lot of the 80s cartoons that are getting comic book treatments, a lot of them are pretty good. And if you're wanting something a little bit different than the standard superhero fare of Marvel and DC and the normal quote unquote stuff, a lot of these cartoon stuff has been really good. Space Ghost has been really good. Johnny Quest, to name a few. So definitely check it out. Next up.
Now continue.
Justice League.
Justice League Dark Tomorrow.
This I don't know why, but this was a really fun book for me.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Mark Guggenheim and Mark Waid wrote this. Cian Torme did the art. Romulo Fajardo Jr. did the coloring, and Dave Sharp did the letters. So yes, tell me why you liked it.
Mark Waid knows what he's doing. Mark Waid has written comics for a very long time. Mark Waid understands comics. He understands heroics. He understands how these people talk. He understands how these people interact with each other. He understands how to tell a good story. This was great. And he knows how to tell a good story. And the funniest thing about this, which made me chuckle at the end, is no one in their right minds would understand that this is a Legends of Tomorrow book.
Yep.
From this book is basically DC's version of Legends of Tomorrow, and it works so well. I'm getting a little bit of Kurt Busiek's Avengers Forever. I'm getting a little bit of like the time displaced, heroes going through the timeline doing stuff. I'm getting that in this. I got a tie-in to what's going on with Superman and Darkseid because the main villain in this one is Shadowlass. Did not see that coming. I had no idea what that was until we actually saw her and we see what's going on with her. I'm sorry. This Justice League has been great. Superman has been great. The whole thing that's going on with him is great. And this book was so good. And the fact that they were able to hide it so well was great. Oh, and that's the person in the mask. You know who that is, right?
Who do you think it is?
Rick. What's his name? From Legends of Tomorrow. Rick. The time traveler who was always with Booster Gold.
Rick Hunter.
Yeah, Rick Hunter. Thank you. It's Rick Hunter. It's Rick Hunter's in that book. I think that's Rick Hunter.
So
1967. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, it's Rip Hunter.
Yes, Rip Hunter. I absolutely loved seeing Amazing Man. Loved. I loved seeing Batman Beyond. Loved seeing Huntress. They are giving me my characters that I love. And they're making them relevant. And they killed Wave Rider.
Just fine. Gold Beetle. From an alt future in which Blue Beetle and Booster Gold get together and have a child?
I guess.
Since he's half black?
I guess. Black? I don't know. And you probably loved the fact that Plastic Man
is part of the team.
Like, this was a great book.
I told you. Mark
DC
Wayne.
again. This book, loved. Next book, DC understands to take and use the past to advance the stories. Yes. Because there's older characters. I mean, Jonah Hex is in this. They made him entertaining.
Yes.
He wasn't boring.
Yes. And I think the last person that really did this well was Jeff Johns with his Justice League of America stuff. With Justice Society, sorry. When he was writing Justice Society and taking those old characters and doing something new with it, I really enjoyed that. And I'm getting those same kind of vibes from what's happening in Superman, in Justice League, and this new special right now. This stuff is absolutely...
Yes, Wonkington one. That is Batman Beyond.
Yes.
And he says Shui in it.
He does say Shui. Yeah. I just loved this book. And I really believe that if you're really wanting to see what's going on with this darker version of the Legion, and you're really keeping on with what Superman, this is a book to get. Or if you're keeping on what's going on in Justice League, this is the book to get. It's just, I don't know, these main books that DC is putting out right now. At least the books that are written by Mark Waid, fantastic right now. Like he is one of my favorite writers right now. He is just in the realm of like superhero comics or comics that deal with like heroics and stuff like that. He's really like firing on all cylinders. He's really making DC shine. It's really making me hungry to go back and read those old Flashes. I'm feeling it. Like I'm really feeling it right now.
So did you see the announcement for DCKO?
I did.
Joshua Williamson and Scott Snyder. It's going to take place after the whole Legion of Darkseid. So basically the heroes need to Omega up to fight him.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for what DC is teasing out.
Yes.
Now we only have a couple minutes. Throw the next book up. We got to talk about it. Whereas DC is giving me excitement coming. Marvel is unfortunately making me disappointed. So, yes, Kyle.
Boo this man!
Why are we booing?
The launch of this book.
Oh, the launch of the book, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so
If you
I
have
just want to
not-
say,
yeah.
as a retailer, this is twice Marvel has done this. Marvel will just announce a book and make it available. And it's up to the retailers to go, hopefully get some in time for their savers
I
or
love
for
that.
the wall. And unfortunately, there's no FOC for this, which if you don't know what FOC is, you should watch the show On the Experience that will tell you all about what FOC is. Basically, retailers just had to
Tomorrow's
hope
special
and
guest,
pray.
Tomasi.
Yes, so watch it tomorrow. This was written by Jed MacKay. He is the writer of the Adjectiveless X-Men. The art was by Humberto Ramos, so it was pretty to look at. The inker was Victor Olazaba, and the colorist was Edgar Delago. And there was someone had to do the lettering, but they didn't give any lettering.
We just
Okay.
imagined it.
We just imagined it. So, as I was saying, DC is giving us the future using the past, and Marvel and Tom Brevoort is relying on a gimmick from the 90s to give us something exciting. And from the tone of my voice, you can tell I'm not too excited. They're even doing renamed books. Whereas before the internet, when I went into my comic shop and Uncanny was turned into whatever book it was, here they're announcing everything and they're telling us everything. And nothing is inspired. I'm not inspired to read any of these books. I am much on the meh because they're really relying on the Age of Apocalypse and what happened then in this new Age of Revelation, which is set 10 years in the future, and the world is all under Revelation's thumb. And there's a small band of X-Men that are there to rebel. Was that exciting enough for me? What did you think of this book?
So for me, Marvel, I really believe, just needs to, much like its movies, needs to just cool its heels for a minute. I understand that they're trying to strike while while the iron is hot, and by that I mean to capitalize on the anniversary of Age of Apocalypse by giving us this book or giving us these books, and I get that. Some nostalgia people will like that nostalgia, and they'll come in, they'll see what's going on. I certainly am. I'm going to read them. I just really wish that they would just stop doing the 2 a year events. Just stop. Just let the books go. It's fine. It's fine. And maybe it's not fine. Maybe they're just like there's not enough money coming in, or something is going on, or they need to get some more money from Kevin Feige or whoever else is pulling those strings, because this constant wave of event, like, it doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to happen.
Events used to be special.
Well, but now they're not. They're like a dime a dozen. And the fact that we literally are getting off of a mutant Genosha, and then we're going into another mutant sort of Genosha type of thing now, it just seems like it's too soon. It's rehashed. I don't know. It just doesn't feel organic to what's going on. What's going on in the continuity of the X-Men. It feels like, it feels like it feels like capitalizing on it, and then that's what it is. But at least you can hide the strings a little bit. At least you can kind of play it down a little bit. But they're not even playing down. It's just so blatant what this is, and it's just so blatant on how it's happening. That I really wish
the Doom thing is going on forever,
and the Doom thing, and then having two going at the same time. I just really feel like this is going to sound harsh, but part of me really feels like just pausing all of the Marvel stuff, except for maybe a couple of books. Like Champions is kind of fun because it's in its own kind of unique thing, doing its own thing. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's just a fun little read that I can actually read and be like, okay. Same thing with the Runaways. These little self-contained books that are just doing their own thing that I'm really enjoying. But just like the books that I grew up with, the books that I just want to read, it's like there's no character growth, or if there is any character growth, it's completely sidelined for these events, which is
Yeah.
completely different than what DC's doing. As DC is leaning into this new stuff. They're leading into this new reality that they created. They're leading into it, and it just seems like I don't know.
I want to agree with Kelly that if you do miss an event, you just know there's another one. It's like waiting for the BART train. I'm gonna miss it.
Every 10
There's
minutes.
another one coming in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And hey, Joshua, welcome.
Hey, Joshua.
Yeah, we've switched it now. It's now streaming.
Yeah. This is one of the I won't say old timers, but this is one of the people that was down when we were doing our podcast. So we really appreciate you coming in and checking us out. We're here every Thursday, unless there's a movie coming out. But we're here every Thursday from 5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. Okay, so no more sadness, no more badness. Read a DC book; it'll make you happy.
Read a DC book. Do you know how sad that? So I've often flipped back and forth. Like sometimes DC's
We all
better,
have.
sometimes Marvel's better. I feel like I've been saying this. Why is Marvel continually less and less books? They're producing more books now. Like they're producing an onslaught of books, but yet not all of them are worth reading.
Well, because that's what you can do when you're trying to like get people to read your stuff. Because what is it? A larger net catch more fish. And that's the mentality of what Marvel is doing,
But would they rather have smaller niblets than just a bigger meal? Like you would think that they would want, instead of putting out 13 subpar X books, put out 5 and make them the best 5 you're putting out.
No.
That's kind of weird. And I gotta say, Jay, yes, I stopped Amazing Spider-Man, but we reviewed Predator Spider-Man, and I loved it.
It was so good.
It's so good.
Yes, Joshua, we did know that Matt Fraction is writing Batman, and I'm excited for that because I thought Batman, always gets this new writer, and they're going to put a stamp on it. And I want to see what stamp they're going to put on it after Chip Zdarsky was on there for a while. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. But I'm telling you, Superman has just been fantastic so far. All right, everybody. So what?
No, I'm going to say in Superman, they doubled down and made it the Summer of Superman.
Yep.
And they're good books. There's quality there.
Yes. Check it out. And on that note, please, thank you, Kyle. You read my mind, everybody. Get out of my mind, Kyle. Enter to win this fantastic cover. Ultimate Spider-Man number 19 by the fantastic, who is it?
Benjamin Sue.
Benjamin Sue. All you have to do, if you haven't already, is hit hashtag Geek Chat, and maybe we'll be able to get this for you. Because remember, if we do not get a winner, we give it to Rich, and we just cannot have that happen. So, also before we start, while people are trying to get their hashtags in, I want to say special thanks to Kyle for continuing to do this show, even though he has had some medical issues. So happy that you're back at home and able to do this show. We really appreciate you and what you do, because if you do so much, and we really appreciate you for that.
Ain't no rest for the ADHD.
There you go. There you go.
Let's talk real quick. Let's talk about some of the other shows. So I watch Kicking It with Henri on Tuesdays. I bought more stuff. He has a lot of really good books. And then Miss Jen is before us on Thursdays. She had a lot of single issues of The Boys for cover price. So if you like buying stuff, there you go. We got some shows on the experience. Tomorrow night is Nick. He will have a lot of original art. And I heard from a little birdie, he's going to have some Spider-Man. What is it, little birdie?
News
Spider-Man
strips.
paid news strips.
Oh wow, those
For
ones
sale.
are so wow.
Yes. And then also tomorrow night is Nancy. And you can go to the experience to find out the names of these shows because I don't know the actual names. But Nancy has a lot of really good books for sale as well. And when we have the FOC show tomorrow with Peter Tomasi. And Kyle, what am I missing?
Well, tomorrow between this show, because you and Coog have been doing this for a long time, being comic book retailers, Nancy's
Yes.
show and Jeremy Shore joining us tomorrow. The EXP may have the biggest collection of industry experience anywhere on the internet. I just was thinking about that. But so tomorrow we've got FOC, Nick's art show, then Nancy. Monday, Comic Collectibles with Rex, where they'll have sketch covers and things you can buy. Then a new format for Jay and I for Second Shift Lunch, which is the show we do Monday evenings. Then Best Coast Comics will be back with Bronze Age Nerd and Big B McFly, the comic guy.
Oh, I've watched them.
Yeah,
y'all got to check them out too. They're pretty fun.
Yes,
they're good dudes. It's one of the only show on the experience that are completely run by fans. There are no retailers, there's no publishers, there's no creators on that show. Those guys are just straight up fans.
And beards. And beards.
And beards, yes. Great beards. But then Tuesday, Minute to Skim It with Miss Jen and Shanice.
Yes.
Welcome to Wonderland with Rich and AJ. And then Kicking It with Henri, who you mentioned. Henri's at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. So he doesn't know what he's going to be selling. It's going to be a complete mystery to him and you.
Oh, cool.
Wednesday, Rex will be back. And then Jay and I are doing a fantasy casting show Wednesday evening on Kyle and Jay's Q&A. But we're going to do something completely different. So that was my Eric Idle impression. It's not.
I noticed.
But so that will be Wednesday. Then next Thursday, we'll be back here doing the same thing. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah. Yes. So we definitely appreciate you coming in. And yes, Joshua, I will be watching Eyes of Wakanda. We might talk about it. We might not. Just tune in next week to find out. But Kyle, it's time for us to give away this fantastic cover. You want to put up that bean footage, please? We're going to get small. Oh. Can you make us small and make it bigger? Oh, that's a big Rich. All right. Let's go, everybody. Where it goes. Ooh, wow, it's going slow. Okay, there it goes. It's going faster. Let's see. Alan Smith. Congratulations, Alan. If you could please fill out the information that Munchop Kyle's going to put into the chat he just did. Please fill that out because we need that information in order to send you your comic. We'll definitely be sending that to you when we get back from Indianapolis and the fantastic Gen Con. As always, we love you all. Thank you so much for coming in and spending your time with us. So, anything else for us before we head out?
Nope. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Join us next week. Same geek time, same geek channel, The Experience. That's it for us. We will see you next week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.